Welcome to Daniel Reviews. I'm Daniel Goodwin. Today we are talking about, we're talking about something not so cool. Recent news came out that allegedly Ecoflow has been looking to charge users a subscription service to use their app and their devices. Let's get into it. So last week there was a bit of a stir on the internet, on the interweb, as rumors broke that Ecoflow was looking to implement a subscription service where users would have to pay or purchase a subscription plan to access advanced features of the Ecoflow app and future app features. That obviously touched off a bit of a firestorm as people collectively went, "What the?" Thankfully, Ecoflow took note of the immediate reaction that was not overwhelmingly positive and released a statement, which we'll cover right now. All right, so this is from the Ecoflow app team, and what we see from them is that allegedly they had developed some advanced features for the PowerStream app and invited a small group of users to experience these new features on a paid basis. They noticed, not surprisingly, that it sparked attention and discussion among users and saw some complaints. Yeah, I imagine they did. So here's where it gets into the meat. Are they planning to implement a paid subscription model for software features? They're saying, we haven't initiated any at this time. The previous mention was only for this PowerStream and offered to a limited number of users. So we will not proceed with any such plans until we have fully considered and evaluated our users' opinions. So basically, they could have just answered this and said, yes, we are planning to implement a paid subscription model because it certainly sure as heck sounds like it. Next, does the paid plan, which they're already assuming will exist at some point, mean that using our software app features require payment after purchasing the device? Well, they're saying all existing features available to PowerStream users remain unaffected. And we commit that the devices you have purchased will always remain fully yours. Well, that's very generous of them. And that you will never be subject to payment thresholds. You won't need to do additional software payments, so on, so on. Why are these advanced features being offered through a paid subscription model? So again, these questions really lead to the answer of yes, Ecoflow is absolutely planning to implement a paid subscription model. So the third question then that includes cutting edge technologies tailored to specific critical needs. The subscription model ensures that users don't have to pay for technologies they don't use. Right. Ecoflow can continue maintaining and developing these niche but critical new features. We highly value your feedback, and your input will determine whether and how these features are formally launched. Yeah. So we can see from this statement that there's a few things from the statement. Now, we've touched on some of them. But one, it really does feel like Ecoflow is tentatively moving in this direction, even though they're quick to insist that it's not going to impact your current devices or your current services and features on the app. It does kind of leave you with the impression that they're very much looking at how can they incentivize and monetize this and develop new features that you would have to pay for. So that's collectively, well, it just sucks. I mean, nobody wants that. Nobody is excited about that. I don't care what feature you introduce. I'm not in favor of paying additional money to access the features that I feel like I purchased with the initial investment. And even the thought of implementing something, even as you're kind of building out your software, implementing a cost for that, I find morally bankrupt. But more than that, hang on a second. Sorry, I had to get myself together here. The idea of paying Ecoflow a subscription charge for their software blows my mind. These guys have got some balls, I'll tell you that, because they have bricked multiple people's devices with their software, with their firmware updates. It has been probably the biggest problem with Ecoflow's system, is that their software has destroyed people's systems. It has rendered them inoperable. It has affected performance. It's caused a lot of problems. Every single time there's a firmware update, the community collectively holds their breath and clicks the upgrade with a lot of fear and trembling because it's so bad. There's no quality control whatsoever. And then Ecoflow is going to come out and say, hey, guess what? Our software is so awesome, we're going to start charging you for new features on it. What? Absolutely ludicrous. They are out of their minds to think people are going to pay for new features when they can't even keep the existing app and devices that they've released running smoothly. This is just a huge miss. They're trying to walk it back. Thank God that they are, because it's obviously terrible. And I'm hopeful that they will learn from this, maybe. I don't know that they will, but I'm hopeful that they will, because it's just a really, really bad decision, badly handled, how it got out there in the public. And then the answer wasn't all that I was looking for. I'll put it that way. But this is what we know at this point. There's no charge. There's no immediate charge for the app that you know and use today. They're exploring and thinking of potentially developing new features that they might charge a subscription plan for on the PowerStream side. We'll see where they go with that. The overall concept is just very off-putting to me, and I think probably to a lot of users, you are thinking the same thing. Every company is trying to find ways to make more money, and I don't, it's not necessarily a surprise. I wouldn't be surprised, however, if they did implement this, and if they ever did touch some of the existing features that we have, that there would be a class action lawsuit, because at least here in the US, because they're taking away features and taking away functionality that you inherently thought you were purchasing up front, and trying to implement that on the back end. I think it would be a big legal question. And I'm not looking forward to seeing how that plays out. So I don't think it's happening. I don't think they'll do it. I think they're smarter than that. I hope. I hope they're smarter than that. But anyway, it's just something that you might want to be aware of, might inform your purchasing decisions going forward. Yeah, I don't know if there's a lot more that I can say on this. Okay, I think that's going to do it for this little video. It wasn't, we didn't go in depth on anything. It was just a very notable event that happened in the Ecoflow community over the last week-ish. And I thought it was good to make a quick video just to kind of explain what's going on, what I know about it at this point, and just so that you're aware, and something to think about as you go forward with your solar and battery journey. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.